people guaranteed never to have an abortion.
Why is Billy so crazy? Honestly, he's amazing. Billy, you're so crazy. He reacts for all of you to see.
Billy, you so crazy.
Yo, what's crackin'? What's brackin'? It's your boy, Billy, you so crazy. Yeah, we back and we back and we back and we back with another one. Y'all read the title, so y'all know what I'm doing today. I'm doing George Carlin about abortion and the sanctity of life. Goodness gracious. Forget it. I'm not even gonna try. There's too many S's and C's and all that stuff. But y'all read the title, so y'all know what I'm doing. All right. You guys wanted to see me react to it, so I'm bringing it to you today. Right now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please be a part of the So Crazy family by hitting that subscribe button right now. Follow me on all my social media links. They're right here somewhere. Send me a message on any one of those. And let me know what you want me to react to next, and I'll have it up for you at some point. Like I always say. All right. But enough talking. Let's just get straight into this and find out what my man George is talking about in this abortion thing, this is a pretty talked about subject, especially in today's climate. So let's find out how George feels about it, because we know that he is so uncanny and he's so blunt and direct and honest, and he tells you like it is. So first, before I do that, let me screen record. Wasn't even screen recording. Let's try this again.
But let's get back to this abortion shit. Now, is a fetus a human being? This seems to be the central question. Well, if a fetus is a human being, how come the census doesn't count them? If a fetus is a human being, how come when there's a miscarriage, they don't have a funeral? If a fetus is a human being, how come people say we have 2 children and 1 on the way, instead of saying we have 3 children? People say life begins at conception. I say life began about 1 billion years ago, and it's a continuous process. Continuous, just keeps rolling along. Rolling and rolling and rolling.
So, like I said, this is a talked about subject. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. I'm curious to see the thoughts, because I know that that no one sees it just one way. Everybody is, everyone is just like, yeah, it's this way and only this way. Like, everyone is either on the opposite end. So I'm curious, where do you fall on this?
I say, you know something? Listen, you can go back further than that. What about the carbon atoms? Huh? Human life could not exist without carbon. So is it just possible that maybe we shouldn't be burning all this coal? Just looking for a little consistency here in these anti-abortion arguments. See, the really hardcore people will tell you life begins at fertilization. Fertilization, when the sperm fertilizes the egg, which is usually a few moments after the man says, gee, honey, I was going to pull out, but the phone rang and it startled me.
But the phone rang.
But even after the egg is fertilized, it's still 6 or 7 days before it reaches the uterus and pregnancy begins, and not every egg makes it that far. 80% of a woman's fertilized eggs are rinsed and flushed out of her body once a month during those delightful few days she has. They wind up on sanitary napkins, and yet they are fertilized eggs. So basically what these anti-abortion people are telling us is that any woman who's had more than 1 period is a serial killer. Consistency.
You know what? The reason why I like this, what George is talking about, is because he is giving it from another point of view. Like I said, I don't know where you guys stand on this whole abortion thing. I know people are like, Billy, you're too PC. The reason why I watch you is because, you know, you're genuine and you're honest, but I could tell when you're pulling certain things back. Some of you guys are making assumptions with certain things, and some of you guys take me too serious when I was like, oh, I was gonna say this, but I decided not to. I just be joking when I be saying that, so don't be taking that so seriously. Like, some people legit get mad in my comment section like, oh, you're too PC. Like, trust me, when I actually feel like saying something, I say it. I have never been one to just like, this is YouTube. Like, this is YouTube. Now, granted, I know that you can get big enough to where people can petition to get your channel took down and all that other stuff, but trust me, all right? I've lived on this earth long enough, all right? Like, I'm good, okay? You don't got to worry about it. Now, with that being said, what is my view on this whole, like, abortion thing? I seen this quote where it said, you could be gay, straight, believe that abortions are okay, believe that abortions are not okay. Whatever your stance is, you could be pro-Trump, not pro-Trump, whatever. You could be whatever the heck you want to be. I don't care. I'm minding my business. Like, legit, that's how I feel about life, is I'm legit just... Now, granted, I misquoted the heck out of that. But my point, what I'm making is that whatever your preference is on life, whatever your beliefs or opinions are when it comes to life, it is your business. I'm not someone to tell you that you're right or wrong. I've never believed in that. Like, I am someone that's kind of like black and white. And for people that aren't black and white, it's hard for you guys to understand my point of view, because I'm just like, yo, if this is okay, then you can't tell me that this is not okay. Like, that's how my mind process. I know some of you guys are gonna have a problem with that. This is me being bluntly honest with you. Now, when it comes to abortions and life and stuff, I'm a man. I can't tell a woman, and this is something I've always felt, I can't tell a woman what to do with her body. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. So you can be upset at the fact that I said that. That's okay, but that's just my view when it comes to this whole abortion thing. Like, Billy, do you think that if a girl said that she was pregnant with your kid and she wanted to get abortion, would you, like, am I for it? No, I'm not. But at the same time, I'm not someone that's gonna be like, no, you can't get an abortion. Like, it's her body. If she chooses to go through with it, you know, whether at this point, it looks like it's gonna be illegal to do it dang near in every state, but you know, wherever it is possible, if she decides that if that's something that she wanted to do, I'm gonna support whatever it is. Granted, like I said, I don't have to necessarily agree with it to still, like, but that's just the way that I am. Some people are just totally against it, and that's okay. That is okay. I'm not here to debate with anybody on this subject. I'm just telling you my point of view when it comes to this whole topic, is that I'm not here to tell a woman what to do with her body. That's just point blank period for me. That's where it ends at. So if you want to be in my comment section and try to debate me on it, just trust me when I say I'm not going to debate with you on that, because my view is going to be different from your view, or you may even agree, and that's cool too. But regardless, everyone has their own view when it comes to this whole abortion thing. And for some reason, we just like to get upset with people just because they don't think the same way that we think. Like, everybody walking around here is going to think the same thing. Like, it's never going to be a time where that happens. It's never going to be a time where we're always going to be arguing about something. And because of the internet, it makes it so much easier to argue with someone from the comfort of your own home. This is the reason why sometimes I don't read comments, because some people just post the dumbest stuff in my comment section. Some things be funny, and then some things be like, really? You took the time to say this? Like, you know, it don't be worth responding. Now, enough of my rants, all right? Y'all wanted non-PC Billy? You got it, all right? You're welcome. You're welcome.
Consistency. Hey, if they really want to get serious, what about all the sperm that are wasted when the state executes a condemned man and one of these pro-life guys who's watching comes in his pants, huh? Here's a guy standing over there with his jockey shorts full of little Vinnies and Debbies, and nobody's saying a word to that guy. Not every ejaculation deserves a name.
You know what?
Now,
see, and even with my view of things, I'm not someone that's closed-minded to where I'm not going to listen to someone else's view or hear where they're coming from with their points. Like, I am open-minded with a lot of things. You guys would be, like, trust me when I say I'm stubborn with certain things. Like, my beliefs are my beliefs. But that doesn't mean that I'm just going to shut you off just because you don't believe what that's not who I am as a person. So listening to George Carlin, whether he says something that may possibly offend you or not, I can listen to it and still find because he's a comedian. I can still find entertainment out of it, you know? So I'm hoping that, you know, because like I said, especially with my comedy stuff, some people be so just like, they be so triggered for some reason. It's like, yo, relax. Like, you do realize you're not going to save the world with your comment, right? You do know that, right? Like, I feel like some people don't get that. Like, you swear because you posted, you took time to do that now the whole world is going to change because of your one comment. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. Like, let me be the first to tell you it's not how it works. I'm sorry.
speaking of consistency.
Thank you. That's all we want.
Which I was until I reached the age of reason. Catholics and other Christians are against abortions, and they're against homosexuals. Well, who has less abortions than homosexuals? Leave these fucking people alone, for Christ's sakes. Here is an entire class of people guaranteed never to have an abortion.
That's I never thought about that one. I never thought about it. That's true.
Never to have an abortion.
That's true. That's true.
And the Catholics and Christians are just tossing them aside. You'd think they'd make natural allies. Go look for consistency in religion. And speaking to my friends, the Catholics, when John Cardinal O'Connor of New York and some of these other cardinals and bishops have experienced their first pregnancies and their first labor pains and they've raised a couple of children on minimum wage, then I'll be glad to hear what they have to say about abortion. I'm sure it'll be interesting. Enlightening, too. But in the meantime, what they ought to be doing is telling these priests who took a vow of chastity to keep their hands off the altar boys. Keep your hands to yourself, Father.
George is always giving you that unadulterated truth that we need to be hearing. Some of y'all don't agree with him, but that's okay. Honestly, if you're watching this video, it's because you find what George Carlin says, whether it's enlightening, funny, or whatever. Like, you're watching this video for that purpose. Now, granted, there's some people that legit just watch my videos to be mad at something. And thank you for subscribing, by the way, because you're still part of the So Crazy family. Whether you want to accept it or not, you know, there's people that just be waiting to hit the thumbs down button. Like, they'd be like, oh, there's a video, thumb down. You'll get your opportunity. Relax, all right? Stay in the line.
When Jesus said, suffer the little children, come unto me, that's not what he was talking about. So you know what I tell these anti-abortion people? I say, hey, if you think a fetus is more important than a woman, try getting a fetus to wash the shit stains out of your underwear. For no pay and no pension. I tell them, think of an abortion as term limits. That's all it is. Biological term limits. But you know, the longer you listen to this abortion debate, the more you hear this phrase, sanctity of life. You've heard that, sanctity of life. You believe in it? Personally, I think it's a bunch of shit. Well, I mean, life is sacred? Who said so? God? Hey, if you read history, you realize that God is one of the leading causes of death. Has been for thousands of years. Hindus, Muslims, Jews, Christians, all taking turns killing each other because God told them it was a good idea. The sword of God, the blood of the Lamb, vengeance is mine. Millions of dead motherfuckers. Millions of dead motherfuckers, all because they gave the wrong answer to the God question. You believe in God? No. Dead. You believe in God? Yes. You believe in my God? No. Dead. My God has a bigger dick than your God.
Really how the argument be too, though.
Thousands of years, and all the best wars, too. The bloodiest, most brutal wars fought, all based on religious hatred, which is fine with me, eh? Anytime a bunch of holy people want to kill each other, I'm a happy guy. But don't be giving me all this shit about the sanctity of life. I mean, even if there were such a thing, I don't think it's something you can blame on God. Now, you know where the sanctity of life came from? We made it up. You know why? Because we're alive. Self-interest. Living people have a strong interest in promoting the idea that somehow life is sacred. You don't see Abbott and Costello running around talking about this shit, do you? We're not hearing a whole lot from Mussolini on the subject. What's the latest from JFK? Not a goddamn thing. Because JFK, Mussolini, and Abbott and Costello are fucking dead. They're fucking dead. And dead people give less than a shit about the sanctity of life. Only living people care about it, so the whole thing grows out of a completely biased point of view. True. It's a self-serving, man-made bullshit story. True. It's one of these things we tell ourselves so we'll feel noble. Life is sacred. Makes you feel noble. But let me ask you this. If everything that ever lived is dead, and everything alive is gonna die, where does the sacred part come in? I'm having trouble with that. Because, I mean, even with this stuff we preach about the sanctity of life, we don't practice it. We don't practice it. Look at what we kill. Mosquitoes and flies, because they're pests. Lions and tigers, because it's fun. Chickens and pigs, because we're hungry. Fawns and quails, because it's fun. and we're hungry.
Yeah.
And people, we kill people.
Because they're bad?
Because they're pests. And
Same thing.
it's fun. And you might have noticed something else. The sanctity of life doesn't seem to apply to cancer cells, does it? You rarely see a bumper sticker that says, save the tumors. Why break for advanced melanoma? Viruses, mold, mildew, maggots, fungus, weeds, E. coli bacteria, the crabs. Nothing sacred about those things. So at best, the sanctity of life is kind of a selective thing. We get to choose which forms of life we feel are sacred, and we get to kill the rest. Pretty big deal, huh? You know how we got it? We made the whole fucking thing up. Made it up. The same way. Thank you.
Wow. That boy George Carlin, man. I wish that he was still alive to be able to talk about the things that are happening right now. Like, oh man. They will probably try to cancel that man. They will probably real life try to cancel him. Woo. So that was George Carlin on abortions and the sanctity of life. Woo. That was a lot. That was a lot. And I gave y'all the Billy's unfiltered thoughts since y'all been begging for it because y'all thought that I don't. There's some people that think that I don't be doing that. So for some reason, I don't know why. They obviously are new here or something. But anytime I react to a video, you're getting my live thoughts. Even if they're random, you get them regardless. Some people appreciate it, some people don't. But when a topic like that, like, I felt like, especially since it's being brought up today, it's crazy, it's being brought up today now, so it's like, you know what, I might as well just put it out there, because it's going to be people that agree or disagree regardless, you know? And like I said, that quote, I just wish I was able to quote it, like, exactly what it said, because that's exactly how I feel. Like, I don't care if you're a horse, I don't care you're a dog, raccoon, I don't care what you are. You live your life how you choose to fit you. As long as it's not messing up what I got going on as far as like family wise, like, first of all, I'm at the point in life now where I'm not that old. You know, I'm only 26, but I'm at the point in life now where I'm not fighting like that, like I used to. Like, I'm not, like, we have to talk like adults, and then at some point, if we can't talk and you feel like that's the only thing that's left, like you put your hands on me or something, then maybe, you know, but I'm just at a point now where certain things is just like, it's not worth arguing over. Like, there's nothing that's worth arguing like that for me at this point. Like, it's just not. I don't like to have just unnecessary debates with people who want to argue. It's a difference. You want to have a debate, you want to talk different sides, cool. You just got to be willing to listen to my side. But if you just want to tell me you're right, like, I ain't got time for all that. Like I said, I'm at a point in life where a lot of things I don't give a crap about. However you choose to live your life is how you choose to live yours. I be minding my business. All jokes aside, I be minding my business, and that's where I stay at. You know, I can have opinions on certain things like everyone else, cool. But other than that, I'm not finna be fighting people over debates on the internet, especially. Like, oh God, no. Oh God, no. Especially if it's not gonna make a difference. Like, yeah, no. But anyways, man, so that was my George Carlin reaction. If you guys enjoyed this video, it was super long. Sorry for that. A bunch of rants, all that stuff. But if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below right now what you're going to see me react to next. It is my Comedy Sunday series where we do nothing but comedy stand-up reactions to bring some laughter to the end of the week and to start the new one with the same type of energy, because those that know me, you know that I love to laugh. I love to make other people laugh. I'm not a comedian. I'd say entertainer. But yeah, so that's the whole purpose for the Comedy Sunday. I also have a Patreon account in the description, so feel free to donate if you want to help the channel out, or if there's a request you want me to get to a whole lot faster. That's the quickest way to do it, man. But that's all I got. It's your boy, BillyYouSoCrazy, and I see y'all in the next video, man. I'm out this thing.